Hey everybody, it's a gloomy day here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Oh yeah, that's where I am. Fayetteville, North Carolina. And it's pretty warm out, but it is going to still be a good day for soup. And the reason I'm thinking soup is because I have some more chicken left over from my rotisserie chicken and my rotisserie chickens. I had two. And I have used the carcasses and the drumsticks and wings to make some homemade chicken stock. So I have that. And back in the day, I used to make a popular soup called Southwest pumpkin soup, and it was just a creamy, more like a bisque with pumpkin and some Southwest seasonings. And because I have the chicken and because I had a can of black beans in my pantry, we're going to do Southwest pumpkin chicken and black bean soup. And we're gonna see how it turns out, and I think it's gonna be good and it's gonna be fun to make. Let's do it. We are going to begin with some of the chicken fat that I skimmed off the top of our chicken stock that I made. And we're gonna get that heated up a little bit. There is a little broth attached here, but as you've seen in the past, that works out fine. Okay, our fat is warmed up and glistening, and in we're gonna put some celery. It's about 4 stalks, about half an onion diced up. And we're gonna let those soften up nicely. And while they are softening, we're going to season them with some salt and pepper, some chili powder, some ground cumin. We're going to season it well. Kelly's talking. She's saying season it well. Some smoked paprika. And just because it's pumpkin, we're gonna go with a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of nutmeg. And we're gonna stir this around for a while until these vegetables are softening. Yeah, cooking up nicely. I turned the heat up because I wanted to get rid of some of that stock that was attached to the chicken fat. And now I'm gonna turn the heat back down again, but before I do, I neglected to add some fresh cilantro. So that's going in. Now we're going to turn down the heat and let these vegetables sweat out a little more, and then we're going to keep going. What we're going to do now is sprinkle some all-purpose flour over top of our vegetables and stir that in to create a nice roux. It's going to be thick. It's going to take a lot of stock, but we're going to use chicken stock. We're going to use some cream, and so there's plenty of liquid going in. And now is the time to add our chicken stock. It's nice and thick. We're going to keep stirring this, and we turn the heat back up a little bit because we want to bring this up to a boil, and then we're going to simmer it until our vegetables are nicely softened. And you want to keep stirring to incorporate that flour that's in there and make sure that it doesn't get too thick or that it gets thick enough. So we're going to keep going. We have reached our boil, and it is really boiling. And that's as thick as it's going to get with our roux, but you know, may have to do a little cornstarch slurry later if we like it thicker, or we'll see how it goes. But at this point in time, we are going to add in some brown sugar. You could use light brown or dark brown because it's pumpkin. Just sweeten it up a little bit. About a 1/4 cup will do. And a can of pumpkin. This one came from Misfits Market. Organic and very orange. And we're going to stir that in. And we're going to let this continue cooking till those vegetables are very soft. And then we're going to add in the last few things. We've reached a nice little simmer. You can see the bubbles going. And those celery and onion pieces need about 15 more minutes till they get to the desired consistency. And then we're going to add in our chicken and black beans, and then we're going to eat it. Our soup, our vegetables are just about done. No talking, Miss Kelly. And I want to thicken this up a little bit because I want it to be creamy, and we're going to thin it out with a little half and half, which is all I have on hand. So we're going in with a little cornstarch slurry. And there we go. Thickening up nicely. And next in goes our chicken, our black beans, and our half and half. We have now reached a good thickness, and here's our chicken meat. It's white and dark, but mostly this came from the chicken parts that I made the stock out of. So that's where that chicken meat came from. And in that goes. Next are some rinsed and drained black beans, organic ones from Misfits Market. I had bought those a while ago and had to use them up. Well, I didn't have to because they're in a can, but wanted to. And we're going to warm that up a little bit. And now it's time to make it creamy. So we're going in with a little half and half. Give it a nice creamy color and texture. And stir that in. Beautiful. And I just took a taste of it and it really came out good. So very pleased with the results. And when this is warmed through, we will be ladling it into a bowl and eating it up. Okay, our Southwest chicken, pumpkin, and black bean soup is done. It's creamy. It's got a nice texture to it, a nice color to it, and a nice flavor to it. And now we're going to serve it up. Here it is in our bowl. And you know how I like to decorate things and present them nicely, so the first thing we're going to do is place on a little dollop of sour cream right in the middle there, and a sprinkle of scallions. And as you can see, I got the sour cream finger in the thing. I put some tortilla chips on the plate in case you want to crush those up and give it a little bit of a crackeriness in a Southwestern way. So here you have it. It's going to be fantastic and soothing and comforting on a foggy old day like today. Thank you for joining me while we used up the rest of our chicken and chicken stock, and we used it to make our Southwest chicken, pumpkin, and black bean soup, which we are going to devour very soon. And let's just see what it tastes like. So good. And that's going to taste really good. And I'm going to, hopefully I can freeze some of it because it made a bunch. And we'll see you again soon. Thanks again.